Sewing Tips 101, how to make your own bias tape. Bias tape is used on tank tops, dresses. I sew them on the neckline of my Aloha shirt. You're going to need a fabric ruler, scissors, pins, sewing gauge, a pen, scrap fabric, and some fabric chalk. Bias tape is made out of the bias of the fabric, so a 45-degree angle going against the fabric grain. Take your fabric ruler and use the chalk to draw lines. I like my bias tape 1 inch wide, and I'm going to make multiple strips. Now take your scissors and cut them out. Trim off the edges to have nice square corners, and now we're going to pin. Lay the strips out making 90-degree angles, with both of the right sides of the fabric touching. Pro tip, when you pin the fabric, pretend that pin is a stitch line and see how it unfolds. You'll want to make sure it unfolds as one continuous piece of bias tape. This will help you when you stitch because you can't stitch the wrong way. Now you're going to draw the line for your stitching. I like to use a pen for this part. I know it's a little controversial, but I find fabric markers to be too big for this job in particular, and there's not enough ink from the pen to bleed. Now you can use whatever you like though, it doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you're drawing a line for the stitching. I cannot stress this enough. It has to be from corner to corner, as precise as you possibly can be. Put your sewing machine on a straight stitch, number 2 in length. Don't back stitch at the start or the end, that's going to make this too bulky. Again, you gotta go corner to corner as precise as you can be. Looks good. Trim off the excess fabric, but leave about 1/8 of an inch or so. You don't want the fabric to unravel. Now take it over to the iron. I want my finished bias tape to be 1/2 inch, so my fabric gauge is set at 1/4 inch, and I'll use this to make sure that the fold I'm pressing stays consistent in length. When you get to the end, fold the second side. Be sure to lift the iron up and down. Don't drag it across the tape or you're going to stretch it out. Look at that, you made your own bias tape. Drop any questions below and follow for more sewing tips.